So this is the software for the ZTW Best Pro 220 amp ESC, and ZTW need to fix this software or update the firmware on the ESC or something, because this is terrible. That's the software version that we're on at the moment. So first tab, general tab, you can see I've got forward, brake, reverse selected, which is fine. There's also options for there. Low voltage cut off, 3.4 volts, that's fine. Want 3.4 volts per cell. ESC overheat protection, that's perfectly fine. Motor rotation, this setting here, running a modified 4.5 to 9.5 turn motor, load of rubbish. I'm running a sensorless motor, it's like a 4082, so it's not even censored, so this modified or stock thing here is like irrelevant. It shouldn't even have this option in here unless you're running like a tiny little race motor like a 3650, which you'd never use with a 220 amp 6S ESC. Deadband, that's fine. BEC output, that is fine as well. IP limiter, it says this controls the initial power for the motor, so this is like the punch, and the throttle rate as well, same thing again. Don't know what the difference is between those. Drive frequency, that's for the PWM driver, that's fine. RPM lock, that's a setting for drifting, which is fine. Throttle curve you can set up, but notice I've got it forward, brake, reverse, but there's no setting anywhere to set the speed that it goes backwards. So what speed is it going backwards at? Is it going backwards at 100% throttle? Because this truck's geared to like 60 mile an hour, so I don't want it going backwards at 60 miles an hour, because that is ridiculous. I want a setting that's like 25% or 50% throttle in reverse. Obviously you can have 100 as well. I do not want this truck going backwards at 60 mile an hour, because that's just stupid really. Also, what else is missing from here? The random bee just flew past. Braking again is pretty decent, to be fair. I don't even know what the default settings for this is. Boost, again, pointless. This is a 4082 motor, so it doesn't really need boost. Same with turbo as well. Again, fairly pointless for a big motor like this. Also, no option to say whether the motor is censored or sensorless. And then this data tab here is just pointless. Minimum battery voltage, 7.7 volts. What's that supposed to mean? Am I running 2S? It's got a 6S battery plugged in at the minute. So is this low voltage cut off here automatically detecting that I've got 6 cells? I'm going to cut off at like 20 volts. Or is it going to cut off at 7.7 volts, which in that case the battery will be dead by then, because it's going to be well over discharged. This ESC max temp, 25 degrees again, means absolutely nothing. Is that what temperature it is now? I mean, it's not doing anything. I've got it plugged into the PC, so it's not going anywhere. And then motor RPM, obviously the motor's not moving because the ESC is plugged into the program card, which is plugged into the PC. So this whole data tab, again, pointless. So I don't know what's going on here, but it's a bit weird. The other thing as well is there's no forward limiting either. So with like your reverse, you'd have it limited to 25, 50, 100%. I mean, what's it limited to going forwards? I've just tested this car outside with ESC now, and it's doing like maybe 30 mile an hour at most. So, but it's also doing the exact same speed in reverse. It's clearly not doing 60. So someone at ZTW, need to look at this software, because it's just terrible. Like half the buttons don't even work as well. Just need to add and take away some features which are pointless. Add a censored and sensorless mode for the motor. Add a proper speed limiter for the reverse. Add a speed limiter for forward as well, why not? And also let me manually choose how many cells I'm going to run. If I'm only ever going to run 4 cell, I might as well set it to 4 cells instead of auto detecting how much voltage I'm putting through it. Or if I'm going to run 6 cell, I might as well set it to run 6 cell all the time and have the cut off at 3.4 volts. So the ESC doesn't need to work anything out. But this data tab here is worrying, because it's saying 7.7 volts is minimum battery voltage, and if I want to run 6 or 4 cells down 7.7 volts, battery's dead. So sort it out, ZTW, this is terrible. Also, I know it's Chinese, but the English light translation is terrible on some of these, so need to sort that out as well. Not exactly hard.